Hello everyone, welcome back to Studio Sai Ankit, and in this video we are going to discuss the editorial of the question way too long words which appear in Codeforces Beta Round 65 Div 2. So I'll leave the link to the question in the description below. Head over to the question and just give it a try for yourself before moving any further with this video. So let's get into the question and see what exactly is being asked for in the question. So it's given that there are many words in a text and there are some long words that repeat many times in a given text. So what happened is there's no name given, right? Okay, so he felt it really tiresome to write the long words every time he writes down the text again. So he asked us for a help, or we are asked to solve a problem to abbreviate these long words in a format that is already given to us. So what is the format that is given to us is we have to make the first and last letters remain as is, and the number of letters that appear between the first and last letters are to be printed in between the first and last letters. So first letter and the number between first and last letter and the last letter, that is a given format to us. We are also made to ensure that this is only for the long words. So what is long in context with this question is strictly greater than 10 characters. So a word is long if its length is strictly greater than 10 characters, and if it's not long, or if it's less than 10 characters or equal to 10 characters, then we have to remain it as is on the text. Only we have to change those letters or those strings which have length greater than 10 in the given format. So this is pretty simple to follow. We have to ensure that, so we have to make sure that strings are also arrays, but they are character arrays. They have zero based indexing. That means that the first storage unit has the index 0, and the last index unit of length n has the index n-1. That's very clear because it follows a 0 based indexing instead of a 1 based indexing. Because this is a array, this is a character array which is a string. So the input format given to us is the first line will be given n, which is basically the number of words, that is basically t, that is number of test cases we have to account for, and then each corresponding line corresponds to each word which we have to check if it's long or not, and if it's long then we have to modify or abbreviate into a shorter word based on the thing we have, based on the format we are already given in. So this is how basically the question is given. The test cases are also simple, so we can have, like, this is not so time consuming, or this is not time optimizable question. This is pretty simple question. Okay, so we have to just ensure that first this is long or not, then we have to make sure that it is converted into a smaller word. Okay, let's get into our code editors and start coding for this question. Okay, so let's just include the basic stuff, IO stream, and using name space std, and then the main function. Since we are working with strings, I think we need to be including the C string header. That would be very helpful for us for using some functions like string length, which is used for calculating the length of the string. So first we will declare the variable t, which is the test case. It's given n there, but I generally prefer to use t as a variable for my test cases. Then input my t. So I'll be using the decrement operator while loop for accounting for test cases, because working with while loop is pretty simple. Whenever the t minus minus, or whenever the value of t strikes to 0, then the condition breaks and the loop ends and the program is completed. And every time the t is decremented, one test case is being exhausted. So this is pretty simple and easy to use rather than writing for loop every time for the test cases. So let me declare the string first, which is nothing but a character array. Let me name it s, and let me make it a maximum of 100, because it's already given in the question that the length of each word does not exceed 100. And then let me also declare a len variable, which is nothing but a string length of the string s, and then we have to account for 2 test cases. Basically for each thing we have to account for 2 test cases. First, let me input the string, which I haven't done yet. So length is string length of s, fine. Then we have to account for test case. If len is greater than 10, then we have to account for the long words, which is nothing but printing first the first letter and then the characters between first and last letter, which is len minus 2, and then we'll be printing the s of len minus 1, which means the last letter, and then the end line characters, obvious. And we abbreviated the long word. In the else block, we have to print directly the value of string, because there's nothing to abbreviate in the if length is less than or equal to 10, right? So this is how the code is written for this way too long waits question. Let me remove the white space and submit it to the Codeforces judge. Okay, so let's just submit this and check whether it's working. The language we're using is GNU G++17 because we are coded in C++17. So the code is way too long words, and then we'll submit this and check whether it's working or not. So the code is actually running on test 4. Yeah, it got accepted. So this is how you code for this question way too long words. We have used the cstring library for the strlen function, and we have accounted for two test cases, len is greater than 10 and len is less than 10. And for len is greater than 10, we have printed in the given format the first letter, number of words between first and last letter, and the last letter. And for the len less than or equal to 10, we have used the we have printed directly the string that we have inputted. So there's no abbreviation for that question. Thank you for watching this video. Please do like, share and subscribe to Code Studio. Signing off, Sai Ankit. Bye.